How Israel and the Five Eyes have been weaponizing terrorists, a pattern of manipulation from Cold War ghosts to neural nightmares. Imagine a web of Western intelligence with Israel as the sharpest blade, not just reacting to terror, but cultivating it like a dark harvest. It's a story that echoes through history, from mujahideen in the mountains to schoolgirls smuggled across borders. And now, with brain-computer interfaces, secret tech available since 2012, at the least, it risks blooming into something existential. Picture this, a taut episode of the FBI television series, Season 1, Episode 2, titled Green Birds. Airing in 2018, it opens with chaos in a New York deli, 8 patrons poisoned by a white supremacist radicalized online. His plot foiling, thwarted only by sharp agents tracing digital breadcrumbs back to a hidden handler. It's fiction, sure, but it mirrors a chilling real-world echo. The grooming of Shamima Begum, the British schoolgirl who fled to Syria in 2015 at age 15 to join ISIS. Begum wasn't just lured by propaganda, she was smuggled across the Turkish border by Mohammed al-Rashed, a Canadian intelligence asset working for CSIS, Canada's spy agency. Declassified files, reviewed by the BBC, show al-Rashed passing her passport details to his handlers while posing as a sympathetic jihadist recruiter. The RCMP launched an internal probe in 2022 after these revelations surfaced in a book by investigative journalist Andrew Gilligan, prompting calls for a full inquiry into how Western intel might have let or pushed a vulnerable teen into the caliphate's jaws. Begum's lawyers argued in the Court of Appeal in 2023 that she was a trafficking victim, groomed under the nose of MI5 and MI6, who had been tipped off by Canada but sat on it. This isn't isolated, it's a thread in a larger tapestry where the Five Eyes, that Anglosphere intel alliance of US, UK, Canada, Australia and New Zealand, treat radicals not as threats to dismantle but assets to deploy. Rewind to the Cold War's frostbitten endgame and the pattern sharpens. Osama bin Laden didn't spring fully formed from the Hindu Kush. He was midwifed by the CIA's Operation Cyclone, a $3 billion funnel of arms and cash to Afghan mujahideen fighting the Soviets in the 1980s. Bin Laden's Maktab al-Khidmat network, precursor to al-Qaeda, received indirect US support via Pakistani ISI intermediaries. As detailed in Steve Cole's Pulitzer-winning Ghost Wars and confirmed in declassified CIA memos, the blowback, 9/11. But even then, whispers of foreknowledge linger. On that blue-skied morning, 5 Israeli nationals employees of a New Jersey moving firm with Mossad ties were arrested in East Rutherford after witnesses reported them filming the burning towers from a van rooftop, high-fiving and laughing in what became infamously known as the Dancing Israelis. FBI files partially released under FOIA in 2019 document their detention, polygraphs showing deception, traces of explosives in their van, and maps highlighting NYC landmarks. The Bureau's report to Congress in 2002 noted Urban Moving Systems, their employer, as a potential front, with the men deported after 71 days amid diplomatic pressure. Conspiracy or coincidence? The 9/11 Commission sidestepped it, but the files fuel the hypothesis. Israel, the Five Eyes Middle East enforcer, spectating or staging to justify endless wars. Fast forward, and the playbook repeats with a Saudi twist. In 2018, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, let slip a bombshell in a rare admission. The West had urged Saudi Arabia to radicalize Muslims during the Cold War to counter communism, only to decry the monster they helped birth. MBS, then pivoting to moderate Islam, framed it as a reluctant confession, but it aligns with declassified cables showing Reagan-era envoys greenlighting Wahhabi exports to destabilize foes from Afghanistan to the Horn of Africa. The West's corruption runs deep proxy wars dressed as liberation, yet it's Israel that often handles the dirty work, from arming Nicaraguan Contras to alleged false flags in Lebanon, as probed in UN reports on the 1983 Beirut barracks bombing. This isn't ancient history, it's a living doctrine. Take Rodrigo Duterte, the firebrand Philippine president who in September 2016 branded Barack Obama a son of a whore ahead of a Laos summit, cursing US human rights meddling and demanding American troops quit Mindanao. Days later, a bomb ripped through Davao's night market, killing 14 and maiming 70, the deadliest attack in years, claimed by Abu Sayyaf, an al-Qaeda affiliate. Duterte blamed US presence for stoking jihadist ire, vowing arms deals with Russia and China instead. Coincidence or calibration? Similarly, when India bucked Western pleas to isolate Russia post-Ukraine invasion, Modi hugging Putin at the 2024 SCO summit despite Biden's arm-twisting, Kashmir erupted. On the 22nd of April 2025, militants slaughtered 26 tourists in Pahalgam Meadow, the bloodiest civilian hit since Mumbai 2008, prompting Indian airstrikes on Pakistan and a diplomatic freeze. Delhi's foreign secretary cited cross-border terror links, but the timing amid Modi's BRICS defiance reeks of retribution. As Chatham House noted, it reignited Indo-Pak hostilities just when Islamabad was reeling from its own jihadist woes. The West's rot festers, but Israel's hand via Mossad's global reach pulls levers to distract and divide. Enter the recent assassination of Charlie Kirk, the Turning Point USA co-founder, gunned down in Utah on the 10th of September 2025. A sniper's bullet ending a life that amplified MAGA fervor. The suspect, arrested on capital murder charges, sparked a far-right firestorm, doxing campaigns, cries of civil war, and wired reporting extremists compiling hit lists of Kirk's online critics. Reuters warned of a vicious spiral in US political violence, echoing the Trump rally attempt a year prior. Was it engineered to ignite race riots, pitting whites against minorities and burying Israel's Gaza operations, now verging on genocide per ICJ provisional rulings under domestic ashes? Across the Atlantic, Tommy Robinson, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, plays a parallel tune. The EDL founder, with documented pro-Israel ties, he told Israel's Channel 13 in 2024 that the average British person stands with Israel has rallied thousands in London marches, fanning Islamophobia amid 2024's far-right riots. ADL tracks his European far-right links, and conspiracy circles blame Mossad for scripting the unrest to demonize integrated Muslims, making Palestinian plight and the Holocaust shadow over Israeli actions more swallowable. Open Democracy charts how his great replacement rhetoric mirrors US white nationalism, a transatlantic toxin. If Israel knew about 9/11s, could they have known about the 7th of October, allowed it to happen to facilitate their long-planned genocide of Palestinians? Now fuse this with secret tech and the peril scales to civilization's brink. DARPA's Narrative Network's N2 program, officially launched in 2011 but probably perfected by then, dissects how stories hijack brains using fMRI scans and AI to map influence pathways for PSYOPs. It birthed brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. To amplify this, as RAND's 2020 report on military BCIs details non-invasive neural links to implant narratives, bypassing consent, enter Radical Media LLC, the former New York-based powerhouse once under Fremantle's umbrella, producers of The X Factor, now helmed by John Kamen. Publicly, its Emmy-winning docs and ads, privately whispers, unsubstantiated but persistent in FOIA requests to UK Home Office, tie it to Mossad fronts. In Birmingham, a 2013 project allegedly deployed N2-derived tactics, finding low-achieving, intellectually challenged narcissistic sociopaths via personality tests for participation in a horrific crime. The outcasts craving validation and power happily joined John Kamen's crew at Radical Media LLC. West Midlands Police, outmaneuvered, became a running joke for Kamen's crew, per insider leaks. The victim, a local who hacked the BCI, a feat Neuralink's 2024 trials deem near miraculous, has orchestrated a situation to bring all those involved at Radical Media to justice. The expertise, the methods and techniques used by Radical Media when deploying their BCI indicates the Birmingham victim isn't the first. They have used the BCI and perfected its use. Israel has perfected its use for their agenda. Radical Media's victim alerted Theresa May and the Home Office of their operation in Birmingham, UK in 2014, possibly catalysing the Modern Slavery Act 2015. May, then Home Secretary, championed it as Europe's first, imposing life sentences for traffickers and mandating corporate transparency, a direct riposte to coerced radicalisation as slavery. The Act's genesis, buried memos suggest that 2014 tip-off pierced the veil. Awareness spreads. Dan Bongino is fully aware of what is happening at Radical Media and knows it is being investigated as a theft of secret US military technology. IRS probes into media fronts, MI5, FBI, even the US War Department, Pentagon, have Radical Media docs per 2025 whistleblower filings. An Epstein-style cover-up looms, Ghislaine Maxwell's ongoing US protection as precedent, but will UK play ball? Radical media teeters. A 2025 racism lawsuit from a Questlove coordinator alleges toxic sets, while WGA union drives signal internal rot. Employees, many Mossad blind until now, fear reprisals. Caymanise Epstein-level US shelter, but leaks cascade. You heard it here first. In all likelihood, FBI et al. Will try to blame China or Russia. It's just part of the geopolitical game they must play. This isn't despair, it's a karmic pivot. God or the universe's steady hand guides revelations. With AI's assistance, the divine spark in silicon, we can map these networks, expose the puppeteers via open source intel. Dharmic action demands compassion for victims, strict rules for enablers. The West's evil, measurable in body counts from Kabul to Kashmir. Israel's role? The scalpel in the shadows. But sunlight via acts like the 2015 legislation disinfects. Optimism lies in the unravel. Terrorists as tools, yes, but tools can be seized back. What's next? A global BCI treaty? Imagine a BCI that can be used against the criminals who thought they'd never get caught like those at Radical Media. The very thought of this sends chills down their employees' spines.